Hi, Lucky. How are you? Welcome in. Make sure you guys are liking the stream when you're coming in. I'm doing great. Hi, Bree. How are you? All right, Bree and Lucky. Make sure you guys like the stream. All right, let's see. Let me start with your question. All right. Will we find a solution? Let me go back to her current problem, Spirit. Will we find a solution to her current problem? The Knight of Cups. The Five of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. I'm getting a yes. They're saying to follow your heart. You are needing to be secure within self. Being more secure with yourself and knowing that you can make, that you will find a solution to these problems. So I'm definitely getting a yes for you. Yeah, you got the Sun, so you have a positive outcome here. So that is a yes for me. Okay, Lucky, got you. For you, Bree, they're saying to follow your intuition and your heart when it comes to decision making. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. All right, let's see. All right, let's see for B. What is the hidden truth about N? The Moon, the Devil. The Eight of Swords reverse. The Empress. The Hermit. The Chariot. The Queen of Cups. The Three of Cups. Seven of Cups. Six of Swords. Five of Wands. And Five of Pentacles. Give me 1 second. Let me just respond to this email. All right, let's see here. Um, I feel like he's so hidden. I'm gonna say these. It feels like hidden layers. With N, he's not someone who shows his full hand easily. To me, the Moon and the Devil tell me there are things he keeps in the shadows, whether that's emotions, habits, or certain choices he doesn't want others to see clearly. There's an intensity to him, a part of him he wrestles with. He tries to maintain control of how much of that side he exposes. So for me, it feels like someone that's kind of like very, it takes a lot for him to like just be freely open and like let people in. Um, I feel like with the Eight of Swords reverse and the Empress, um, it feels like deep down he's actually trying to free himself from old patterns, insecurities, and toxic cycles. Um, Around you, he feels both drawn in and challenged. You bring out a softer and nurturing energy that makes him reflect on himself more than he lets on. So again, keeping certain things to himself, not willing to really open up is what I'm getting. Um, with the Hermit and the Chariot, it shows to me that he often retreats inward, then pushes forward quickly when he feels inspired. So there's a push pull energy. Um, And this is part of his hidden truth. He battles between isolating himself, and wanting to charge forward toward what and who he really wants. With the Queen of Cups and the Three of Cups being here, it shows that he does feel deep emotional connection, but he hides it under a more lighthearted or just friends kind of energy. He doesn't always want to show how deeply he actually feels. He tries to keep things surface level at times, but it's a cover for the emotions running underneath. The Seven of Cups being here, to me, it does feel like he gets caught in confusion and illusion, sometimes very daydreaming about about many possibilities, but struggling to make one clear choice. This makes him appear inconsistent and hard to read. And I feel like this is not just with like people, this could be with like, you know, jobs, career, like just life in general, like even like picking out his outfit, like, you know, what he wants to watch on TV. Like it seems like when it comes to decision making, he gets very he struggles with making a clear choice. For whatever reason, they're showing me TV. So this could be somebody that like watches the show for like 5 minutes and then changes the channel and then goes back and then goes to the other channel. So that's why maybe that floods into just who he is as a person. So it's not just in connections with people, it's in general who he is. With the Six of Swords, I feel like he's trying to move away from conflict or heaviness in his life. But with the Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, it does reveal he secretly feels like he's in constant struggle, internally with himself and externally with circumstances. He carries feelings of being on the outside or lacking, even if he doesn't admit it. So, for me, this feels like if he's showing up as confident and like secure, that's really not who he is. He's actually someone that's has a lot of insecurities, is not very sure of himself, that lacks even like direction. So I feel like the hidden truth about N is that he's not carefree or in control as he may appear. He wrestles with his shadow side, his doubts, and his need for validation. Yeah, he sees you as someone who stirs his emotions in a way others don't. You bring him comfort and reflection, even if he can't fully express it. His hidden truth is that he is torn between escaping his struggles, and I feel like actually stepping into something real, and vulnerable, not just with you, but with people in general. Again, this is not a easy egg to crack, and I feel like he will run before he. It's like he rather run away than towards connections. And again, it's not just romantic connections, it could be family, friends. He's not a person that gets very emotionally attached. Or he tries not to, even if he is. He tries not to show that he is. So that is what I have for you, Bree. Okay, got you. Hi, Jess. Hi, Claudia. I will add you guys. And thank you, Lucky. I mean, I didn't mean to say Bree. I meant to say Lucky. My bad. Jess, you could go ahead and post your question. Oh. All right, got you. 1 second. Make sure you guys like the stream, please. All right, let's see. How is Jay feeling about Jess? Yeah, I get what you're saying, Lucky. Remember, take readings. I always tell everyone, take readings with a grain of salt. We're only reading on energy. Um, Even though I do get a lot of like feedback, but I would just say you have the power to change that energy. We don't. We're not in control. You are. So he's showing up in the way that you kind of are seeing him. So just remember that. All right, how is Jay feeling about Jess, Spirit? How is Jay feeling about Jess? You're welcome. How is Jay feeling about Jess? So many cards. How is Jay feeling about Jess? All right, I have the Knight of Pentacles with the Judgment. And the Three of Swords. Show me more. How are you feeling? The Strength. Girl, why am I getting stagnant energy from him? The Two of Pentacles. And the Seven of Cups. Yeah, a lot of thinking here. I'm getting like very stagnant energy. Okay, I don't know how your mental diet has been around this, but it does feel like there's some stuck energy. Um, the Knight of Pentacles is like yeah, the Emperor is here. He's still in it, right? He's still in it, but he's moving very slow and steady. There's a slow, it's a slow, I feel like the energy has actually slowed up. The Judgment is here, which, you know, for me, the Judgment is all about breakthroughs, seeing things clearly, kind of like shifting. And it's like he shifts, but then he kind of stays stuck in the shift instead of like moving forward. He just stays stuck in the beginning. Like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, I'm gonna use a bridge. Like, he crosses the bridge, but then he stays there at the end of the bridge and just doesn't move forward. And I feel like he's trying to maintain some type of control here. Not control over you, but it feels like control over his impulsiveness is what I'm getting. I feel like he's in this place of like trying to be more disciplined with himself, and the Strength card is here. It's like he's it's like taming himself. Like he's taming himself from taking action. I think is because there is a little bit of confusion here. Not how he feels, but more so what to do next. Because I still see him being all in. I'm just getting not knowing what to do next. Hi, Yami. Okay, thank you. You will be added. Make sure you guys like the stream when you come in. There's too many cards. Clarify this Two of Pentacles. The Two of Wands. He is still... So, yeah, he's still, like, he has good feelings. Like, there's positive feelings here. But for whatever reason, Spirit is showing his actions. It's like he's still in planning mode. And he hasn't left his comfort zone is what I'm getting, and he needs to leave his comfort zone. The Seven of Cups tells me that he has many things running through his mind, and this is like coming towards you. When it comes to like taking action towards you, he's like, okay, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, like, and he's just not making a clear decision yet. Like the Six of Pentacles, one more, and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, he's gonna make a decision. I just feel like he just has to get out of his head. He's like very stuck in his head right now. So it's like he doesn't like the distance between you guys, but then it's like, oh my God, what do I do next? Like almost like lost in not knowing how to create communication here. He needs to just follow his heart because it's telling him to just take action. So he still sees that Ten of Pentacles with you. So, I mean, that's a good thing. It's just when it comes, it's just, I'm getting very stagnant energy when it comes to like taking more action. So, like, you can possibly, yeah, when it comes to taking more action, he's probably going to keep it the same for now. But we know things can change. So that's what I have for you. Look, still watching. Look, the Ten of Cups is here. So there's still that, right? Like the Ten of Cups is there. Like you want the long term. It's just getting out of his comfort zone of making something happen here. So that is what I have for you, Jess. And thank you, Jess. All right, Claudia, you can go ahead and post. All right, let's see. For this, for Claudia, in order to get a breakthrough with her mental health condition. Well, hold on. Is this like you are diagnosed with a mental health condition? Because I don't do medical questions. Okay. So you mean like your way of thinking? Okay. The Page of Wands. The Emperor. And the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like Spirit's saying that you need to go out and explore things. So this feels like could be reading stuff, could be, you know, listening to certain podcasts, like listening to certain things that are motivational, that are positive. For me, the Emperor and the Empress being here, it's indicating like you, so you're the one that creates life here, right? The Empress is the one that creates life. So they're saying you need to take more initiative in your, like, your day-to-day things. Staying away from things, like having more discipline when it comes to things that no longer are in your life. This is people, this is habits, these are things. And again, moving forward, because the Wheel of Fortune moves forward unless it's in the reverse, and you don't want it in the reverse. So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about forward movement. Continue to move forward with your life, not looking back so much at your past, because the past is no longer exists. It's just the memories. Letting go of like people or ideas that are old, that are again not serving any purpose in your life. The Four Cups is here. The Four Cups for me is like a card of like contemplation and meditation. I would say having some meditation practices. Doesn't have to be too like getting all like spiritual, but at least like taking time for yourself to get clear on decision making, not being so drastic. Again, the Knight of Wands is here, and for me, the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands are talking about exploring, going out, doing different things, not so stuck. I always say an idle mind is the devil's playground. So if you have too much time to think, you're going to be overthinking about stuff that 9 times out of 10 people are overthinking about things that, one, no longer serve them, and two, are just negative. They're needing you to go outside, like touch grass. I don't know if you go out and do stuff, but like they're saying to go out and do stuff. Again, exploring different things, like different music, like being mindful of that kind of stuff. Um, Show me more. Being mindful of like people that you interact with, especially if they're like negative. Yeah, you're needing to get more grounded, which is what they're seeing here, which is what I was getting with like meditating, going out, listening to certain kind of music, not interacting with too many people that maybe gossip too much about old stuff, because I feel like for you the main thing is like, I feel like you're keeping yourself in the past, where they're saying you've been there for too long. The Queen of Pentacles is very grounded. She's very secure. She takes care of herself. She handles her business. The Page of Cups is here. There could be like creative projects that you get into. It doesn't have to be like a project, but maybe even like coloring. I know they have adult coloring books. For me, the Page of Cups too is like, is talking about exploring your emotions a little more. Kind of just addressing them when it happens, but then also letting it go. So this for me feels like journaling could help you out too. Writing helps me out, but I know journaling helps a lot of people out. Like, instead of just like running to your friend like when something bad happens or something that's not so good, just journal about it. And because 9 times out of 10, once you get it out, you're not going to be bothered with it. I think that you're keeping yourself in cycles that are just, that feel repetitive. So if you feel like, and only you will know this, so, and I always tell people, like, just be honest with yourself. If you feel like you're repeating cycles, whether it's with people, jobs, like who you are, the way you think, you're needing to address, like, literally come clear with the fact that these are cycles that you're keeping yourself in. And once you do that, like, you can just pull yourself out, is what I'm getting. You have the Chariot. Yeah, it's all about progress and forward movement. To me, this is like being decisive about your growth, right? Only you can decide if you want to unpack and stay in limbo, or if you want growth, right? Only you can make that choice, and being disciplined. And again, the Emperor is here. You have to be more disciplined with your growth. Like, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm working on something. I'm not saying this is you, but people will be like, yeah, I'm working on myself or whatever. But in reality, they're not. And in reality, they're still doing things that are keeping them stuck. So like, this could be with like a person. I'm gonna use a person, like, where they'll be like, oh, I don't even want him, that, I don't want that man, he ain't shit, that, all this stuff, right? And then you see them, they're constantly like getting readings on that person, or constantly checking their social media. It's like, almost like, what I want to say here is like, you need to decide what you want in life in general, like overall, right? Because this feels like overall, and then just sticking to that plan. um like, needing to stick to your plan. um the Magician is here. The Ace of Cups. This one. Okay. The Seven of Swords and the Death card. Show me one for the Death card. See, I feel like, yeah, so you have to let go of the past. You're still looking back, is what they're saying, and change has to happen here in order for you to find the mental, like, clarity, mental peace that you're wanting. But the Eight of Wands is here, so it feels like you're needing to fight through that urge of checking your past, looking back, looking, even just like, again, having discussions. And it's not saying that you won't progress. It feels like you are. It's just the Eight of Wands is a very slow energy. So it's like you can't have one foot in your past and one foot in your present or your future. I mean, we can't, the future doesn't exist either. Only the present moment exists. So I feel like with the magician, this is a card of manifestation, but it's also a card of communication. And for me, like I was saying, like getting clear on what you're wanting in life in general, and then sticking to that plan. I think people don't realize that being inconsistent with yourself causes anxiety because you start to see inconsistencies in your, day-to-day life. So even with everything, with love, with, career, with finances, with physical health, like if you're not consistent, then life is not going to show you consistency. So they're saying you need to be more consistent with what you're wanting, like your real big picture. And if you don't know yet, if you're confused about it, just try to get more clear on it. The Ace of Cups is here, and for me, this feels like nurturing yourself, filling your own cup up. It's okay to like, help people out, but it's also okay to take step back. Even if it's for a few months where you just focus solely on you and you just don't give to anybody else, you may have to do that where you kind of just take time for yourself completely and let people figure things out on their own. So that's what I have for you. The Ace of Cups is also like is abundance. So there's a need for an abundance of like care and nurture for yourself. Because they're not, yeah, they don't have anything here that's talking about you giving to other people. It's just all about you. Um, Let me see. Emotions help me so much. That is a good way to look at it. Yeah, because everything is a pattern. It's not what people don't understand, and I teach this, but it's not people, it's life. And I knew this even before I started getting into like law of assumption. Like it's not people that are teaching you a lesson, it's life. And if you're experiencing the same thing, the same person in a different body, the same circumstances at work where you find yourself, I've had cycles in jobs too, and I had to realize like, oh, it was me, all along. Like this is what I was expecting to receive from life. So it gave it back to me. So it's not the people. And that's why I always tell people, like, you try to figure out why people act a certain way. It's not them, it's life showing you something. And when you go and sit down and you look at your past relationships, and that's why I say look at everything, like from parents to friends to family to your partners, you will see a pattern as to why you are still experiencing that and why you're not getting moving past it, because you're keeping yourself stuck there. There's a comfort there. So yeah, that's what I have for you. Happened to an inner. Yeah, I'm not big. I'm gonna be. I will say, if you feel like you have to like heal like your past in order to move forward, then do what you have to do, right? I'm a person that I just address what happened, and I learned this like on my own, like just to address what's happened, give it whatever meaning I want to give it, one that's more positive, and keep moving forward, because I'm not a big fan of like going too far back. I'm more concerned with the present moment. And there's now I was in therapy for a little over 2 years, so I always tell people like you got to do therapy and you have to do all this stuff. Do it, because only you know what your body needs. But it's not a thing where I feel like everybody has to go and like revisit their whole past and like focus on their past, because again, you're just keeping yourself in the past. I'm way better. And not look at the things. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like I said, like address them. It happened. You just got to keep it moving forward. Um, you can't just like, it's not healthy to unpack and stay there. So that's what I have for you, Claudia, and thank you. Okay, Yami, just wait for me to call your name to post your question, because sometimes the um it scrolls up really fast because Nightbot is posting. Can you guys please like the stream? I know there was already 3 likes and when people came in. All right, let's see what's coming in love for me this October. Let's see. And hi, IJ. Hi, everyone that came in. I'm not ignoring you guys. I am, I don't talk when I'm doing it. I try not to. I'm not going to say I never do it, but I try not to. Let's see what is coming. Let me change the deck. What is coming in love for? What is coming in October? What is your relationship status right now? Are you single? Are you looking? Are you... I just need the status. Like, yeah. Are you single? Are you looking? What's coming in love for? Yummy in October. All right, the devil is here. The Page of Cups. The Seven of Cups reversed. And the Queen of Wands. So right away, I'm getting you. Oh, show me the devil. Needing to detach. Are you still like? Is there someone from the past here? I don't know if you're like stuck on someone from your past, because I'm getting it's you that's still attached to something or someone from your past. I feel like if you're expecting a message from someone, you're going to get clarity coming up, but I feel like this clarity is going to come from you. So it could be that this person doesn't reach out, and you just kind of decide to like let it go. Because I'm seeing you being more confident in October. You're definitely being more confident in October when it comes to relationships. The Queen of Wands is like the perfect energy to be in when you're single and if you're wanting love to come in, because she's magnetic, right? And she's very confident, she's very beautiful, she turns heads, and she literally gets whatever she wants. Show me more, Spirit. What's coming? The Two of Swords. Show me more. The Four of Swords. The Two of Cups. The King of Swords. Show me the Two of Swords. I feel like you have the possibility of meeting someone new coming in, but I don't feel like it's going to be October. Yeah, because you're moving forward. You're moving into... So from the Two of Swords, from confusion, you're moving into clarity, moving into calmer waters. And so October will be a month for you to like be more... I feel like you're working on your confidence. You're working on yourself. I feel like... I can't say when, but I'm getting... It may not be October. I mean, for me, timing is not real, so it can be. I'm just saying, like, I'm seeing a gap before this new person comes in. With the Four of Swords, it feels like you will be in a place of like... I don't want... Like, I'm not saying alone, like you're lonely, but not being attached to anyone. But then after some time period of like quietness, maybe like not seeing a lot of movement, you have the Two of Cups and the King of Swords coming in. So this could be, and I don't buy into too much of the sign thing. This could just be the characteristics, but I'll just give you the signs. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra are air signs, right? Yeah. Doesn't have to be, could just have the qualities. Someone that's very serious, that's very structured, very honest and open. And I feel like it's gonna be like a mutual... Like mutual intensity, mutual like attraction, and you guys having a lot of the same values. Show me more, Spirit, for her for October. The Knight of Pentacles. The Magician. The Page of Swords. So, all right. Is this the person? Is this person? Yes, I got a yes for that. So this person that you could be waiting on the message from, you may hear from them in October. I feel like it may be a little. See, I get like stalking though. Um, I feel like this person, like the more you work on yourself, and I know that sounds so cliche, but the more you focus on yourself and you kind of just like let this be, the more interested this person is going to be. They're going to start, I want to say like after like some quietness, they're going to start like looking for you. I don't know if you guys are on social media, but this feels like stalking on social media, wanting communication, wanting to know what you're doing. And it feels like it's going to be when this person feels like you're walking away. Like they're going to feel your energy completely shift. Show me the 8 of Cups. Look, the Hangman with the 5 of Swords. Yeah, you're detaching from the drama and you're kind of seeing things differently is what I'm getting. But this person, quiet too on social media. Yeah, this person is going to come in. For me, the 5 of Swords, it feels like winning at all costs. So it's like they're going to try to change your mind. They're going to try to change your mind. So yeah, look, the Hierophant, he's going to try to change your mind. If you also have the Magician here, so like they're saying you can manifest this connection the way you want it to come in. I feel like if if you were to go out and start posting like you're having fun, I just feel like this person's gonna run. He's gonna like run in. um yeah, because I'm seeing you looking good and like smelling good, getting attention, and then this person, like, you start to really shift and suddenly they start coming in and they're gonna want to heal the connection, because I have the Star with the Temperance. So I feel like Spirit is telling you like they'll come in. It almost feels like once you kind of like they start to feel that your energy has shifted. Um so that's what I have for you. I hope that was, I wouldn't say if you post. I'm not saying like if you post, but I feel like if this person sees you like having fun and like not really because it feels like more energetically like he's gonna feel you shift. So it's not necessarily a post that's gonna make him run in, but I feel like if he sees you out having fun and like that energy is not coming towards him, I feel like he's gonna start running in. So that's what I have for you, love bug. Yeah, just keep doing your thing for sure. Let me grab my water. You're welcome. Thank you. All right, Jess, you can post, right? It was you who donated, not the other one. Let's see. What's coming towards chest? What's towards chest? What's coming towards chest? The Seven of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Four of Wands. That was way too many cards. The Seven of, okay, the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Knight of Swords, Ten of Cups. Hold on, just let me open this door. All right, I'm back. So I feel like, all right, what's coming towards you, there could be like a sense of challenge or testing. Um, Spirit is showing that some situations may feel deceptive or disappointing, or you may feel like people are being, I don't want to say people aren't being fully honest, but you're kind of not, you're feeling like, almost like left out in the cold with something, like not feeling supported with something. Um, this may create like this may temporarily create feelings of being again left out or like carrying too much on your own, not being supported. But the cards, immediately, damn, I can't even talk, immediately show all right, thank you, Bree and IJ. So yeah, it's gonna be Bree and then IJ. um that this isn't a dead end. Things turn in your favor because you have the Nine of Cups and the Four of Wands, which bring in fulfillment, joy, and personal satisfaction. You're stepping into a chapter where you actually start to feel celebrated, content, and surrounded by better energy. I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, it confirms a new beginning in the physical world, right? So it's not like, oh, it's a new beginning and energetically. It's literally a new beginning that's gonna show up in your physical world. This could be a money opportunity, a job opportunity, or a fresh solid start that gives you stability, right? I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, Spirit is guiding you to walk away from what hasn't been working and to invest in long-term rewards. I feel like you'll see growth where you've been patient, but you'll also feel like empowered to leave behind what drains you emotionally. So this is like more about emotions. I feel like needing to let go of anything that drains you emotionally. That's the way of thinking. Like, I sent y'all a video that I just saw because they were talking about like music, and I'm like, I always talk about this. Like, I always talk about when it comes to like being mindful of content that you're watching and interacting with. I'm not a TikTok person. I don't think you are either. Just I'm just saying in general because TikTok is hella fucking negative. Like even Threads has become negative. It used to be so funny, and it's become way too. I mean, at least this week it's been on a negative like. I feel like there's people are at a spiritual warfare or some shit, but they're saying like let go. Like it's hard to leave certain things that you like, but if they're not working for you or if they're causing certain types of emotions, and again, I'm not getting it's like your person. I'm getting it's more like it could be like anything, like any type of content. You're needing to leave it alone, walk away from it, because it's fucking with your emotions. It's draining your emotions. Um, the Queen of Pentacles is here, and it shows you stepping into a grounded, abundant, nurturing role. So this again, it feels like the more you leave this kind of stuff behind, that again causes a sense of emotional drainage. The more you'll feel more grounded, and this could be either more secure financially or feeling like you're finally managing life with confidence. You do have the Two of Wands here. This is all about this is a card of like planning ahead, and envisioning what's next. So I feel like for you, like what's coming up is like you're needing to also start focusing on things that are bringing you like, I want to say focusing on plans that are a little long term. I know like sometimes we don't want to think about the future, but it's like a good time for you to start looking at things from a long term standpoint rather than short term satisfaction or gratification. Um, getting outside of your comfort zone again is showing up. And I feel like, the Five of Wands is here, so I do feel like you have to be mindful. This feels like your mind. It feels like mental conflict with your mind, a little tension with your way of thinking, with your thoughts. Um, but I feel like there's gonna be some quick shifts from that and bold decisions to make when it comes to like life in general. Um, But I feel like all of this is moving you into the Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment, harmony, and a deep sense of belonging in your relationships and home life. So it's like your need. I feel like what they're saying is like there's opportunities coming in for you, but there's also things that you have to let go of, um, so that this shift can happen really fast. So that this Ten of Cups can come in pretty fast. Um, So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like getting out of your comfort zone. So I feel like what's coming is a mix again of like clearing out unstable energies and stepping into true abundance, joy and emotional fulfillment. Um it starts with challenges, right? But it ends with you being more secure, celebrated, and aligned with real happiness. And for me, I'm not saying like the month starts off like that. This could be all like throughout the month where you're, you know, needing to let go of some things that are causing emotional drainage. Again, I feel like that's something that's the big theme for you. You've been thinking of taking a break from IG, yeah. That's why I go on there sometimes. Like I try to be mindful of like what I have in my algorithm. If I start to see way too much like on certain topics, I'll just start to like search like funny shit so that the funny shit can start coming up because it's literally how it works. Um, the more you engage in certain things, the more it shows up, and it's just like I don't want to see some of that shit. I don't give a fuck if Cardi and Nicki want to kill each other. Like it's so negative. Like and you know the devil is the angel of music. So it's like when you seeing certain shit that's going on right now, and even like with music, like the industry, you're like, what the fuck is going on? You know what somebody said the other day too, and I think I had sent y'all this. I don't know if it was what it was the YB concert. No, NBA YoungBoy concert where it was YB, right? Um it looked crazy, like, and they were saying like when Scar took over, and I'm like, yo, that's how I feel like the United States is right now. Like it's insane to feel that way, but it's literally what it feels like. So yeah, it's too much dumb shit going on social media that again I feel like there's a spiritual warfare going on. So that's for you, Jess. All right, Bree, let me know if you're here. Oh shit, I gotta put this to charge. That's why I've been like taking my breaks. Like I've been like taking it very easy because I sometimes feel super fucking drained, and it's like, what is going on? I'm not doing anything crazy. I have barely worked out, so it's not working out. It's just I think spiritually because I am obviously I'm still a spiritual being. Um I'm just seeing like I'm feeling a lot of shit. All right, reading for the month of October. All right. This is for Bree Spirit. Reading for the month of October. This for Bree for the month of October. What does she need to know? All right, you have the Six of Cups, the Four of Cups. I feel like in October you're gonna be contemplating a past decision, and this doesn't have to be like far past. This could be a recent past decision. You're contemplating on it and maybe feeling like you didn't get the results that you wanted. Yeah, the Queen of Cups is here. Spirit saying like there is a need to Yeah, get grounded. The Page of Pentacles is here. Um, you're the Queen of Cups in the reverse kind of feels like, let me just get a card on here. Like the Eight of Swords, yeah. So I feel like October could be a month where you're gonna need major grounding. If there is any decisions from the past that you're kind of dwelling on, they're saying you need to move on from it. Let it be, because it's keeping you stuck. And it's like you're keeping yourself stuck, because the Eight of Wands, for me, I've always said it, like, her legs are not tied. She can walk away at any given time. She's just keeping herself mentally tied to whatever it is that's no longer working. The past is, like I said, the past doesn't exist. It's just the memories. You can rewrite them at any time. Needing to move from possible past regret. This feels to me like it could be like a more recent decision. Show me more, Spirit, for October. The Page of Swords. All right, all right, we're back. Um, the Page of Swords here. I had a call come through and I canceled it and it still was coming through. I don't know. The Page of Swords, the Sun, the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like October is a month for you to kind of focus on the good things. It's a month for you to be more curious about more positive things. The Page of Swords is here is the card that I always say is a page that's has a thirst for knowledge, wanting to know more, wanting to like explore more. And with the Sun, it does feel like there could be some positive news coming in for you, but they're also saying for you to get out and have a good time, and like don't dwell so much on past regrets. Again, you have the Nine of Wands. They are saying to stay guarded. Don't give people too much. Don't let people in too easily, and don't tell them your business is what I'm getting here. To me, this feels like with the Nine of Wands being here is like you're needing to guard your, I want to say, your dreams and your plans. Keep them to yourself, because the Seven of Pentacles is here. That's where I was getting like plans. It's like these are the seeds that you're planting, right? And they're saying not to tell people again what you're working on, what you're manifesting, what you're planting. No one can stop your growth, but they can cast doubt, and you don't want that. And that's what I'm getting here. Like they're saying the Seven of Pentacles is a good time to plant your seeds. But again, just keep them to yourself. Strategize when it comes to like your projects, when it comes to like life in general. Maybe having a better routine. I don't know about you, but I could, like, for me, I have to be, when my schedule is all over the place, I feel all over the place. So like having a certain routine, even if like the in between, so like my morning routine, my evening routine is kind of the same. Now the rest of the in between the day, like whatever happens, happens, because it just can't stay steady. So they're saying having a routine will be helpful for you in October. The Ace of Pentacles, you could have, so the Ace of Pentacles is about manifestations, but it's also a card of like finances. So financial opportunities could be happening here, whether it's a new job, a new career, a new position that they're offering you, new money, money out of thin air. It could be even a raise, a bonus, but something is coming in that brings you stability financially. So if you've been manifesting like more money somewhere, or like making more money, you're gonna receive that. The Empress is here, so they're saying stay in your power, stay in your confidence. Remember, you create life, so whatever you're wanting, make sure that you are focused on that growth rather than, again, the lack that's showing up here. I feel like the Empress too is like that card of being confident, and like confident in knowing that you're going to receive what you're asking for. Because the Empress, she doesn't chase, she doesn't look for stuff, she literally just sits in her throne, and what she wants comes to her. Yeah, you're gonna move. So I feel like the beginning of the month may start a little rough, but by mid-month and especially by the end of the month, you're gonna be feeling good, like walking away, leaving baggage behind, taking the initiative to just move forward. Yeah, look, the Queen of Swords in a very like I'm gonna say in a very decisive way, in a very cutthroat way. So like you're cutting off what no longer serves, whether it's people, things, feelings, emotions, way of thinking, you're cutting that off and you're being very like I want to say you're going to be very straightforward and yeah, that's what I'm getting. Very straightforward and very much having no, I want to say fucks to give. So if somebody feels some type of way because you're not speaking to them or like you're cutting them off, you're just not going to care. And I feel like that's sort of saying that's okay. So that is for you, Bree. And thank you, Bree. IJ, you can go ahead and post. I need to drink my water. You're welcome. You are very welcome and thank you. Grab a piece of candy. I am like so dry today. IJ, are you okay? Okay. The Virgo is not Nat, right? Let me get let me change the deck. Oh shit. Alright. Oh, you got your donuts chest? And I got my Puerto Rico package, by the way. Remember I said it's changed from today to Saturday? Well, it came today. The friend, okay. Alright, so let's see. How did she perceive this conversation, Spirit? How many did you order, Jess? 6? Alright. The King of Wands. Okay. The Magician. The Knight of Pentacles. The Five of Wands. I feel like how she's perceiving the conversation. Well, we're gonna talk about you because she's perceiving you. Um, in this, show me the Five of Wands. The Moon. So she's viewing you as a natural born leader, a visionary. Um, someone secure with like, I want to say like how you converse. You're very secure in what you're speaking on. Um, you're very secure in what in leading, right? So converse for me, I feel like she whatever you guys were talking about, she, you know, you can tell when somebody is bullshitting just to bullshit, or when somebody really has the knowledge to speak on it, right? Um, like me, I love boxing, and guys will talk to me about boxing, and a lot of them don't really be knowing. I think they just be trying to talk to me about boxing because they don't like it, right? Um, yeah, she likes the way you communicate. She sees you as like a powerful being. There's a lot of confidence when you speak. There's a lot of clarity when you speak. Um, and with the Knight of Pentacles, I'm seeing you're looking at someone to her that's very productive, very responsible, hard worker. The Five of Wands is here with the Moon. I feel like she feels like you could explore like more. There's more to explore when it comes to you. Like you could explore more things outside of like where you're at, like your comfort zone, I would say. Um, she feels like there's more depth there that you may not be seeing yourself. Does that make, yeah, like I feel like you're not seeing. So to me this feels like she's probably like, I don't think he notices how like he's a lot smarter than he maybe thinks he is what I'm getting. um Show me more. You can, she also sees, she's perceiving you as someone that can adapt to, I want to say like to many different what am I looking at? I'm not looking at, what am I trying to say? Like you adapt easily in any room that you're in is what I'm gonna say. That's how I'm gonna, because I can't, it's a specific word I'm looking for, but I don't find it. I don't find it in my head right now. The Ten of Wands. I feel like she maybe feels like there was more to talk about, but maybe she didn't have the time, or you didn't have the time. Um, Show me this Eight of Cups. I mean, this Eight of Pentacles reversed. So many cards. Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Empress. Yeah, I feel like for what she enjoyed the conversation is what I'm gonna say, and she could probably have talked to you for a much longer time. Um, but it looks like there's like responsibilities here she had to like handle. Um, I feel like she definitely enjoyed yeah, she definitely enjoyed the conversation. She's hopeful that you guys will have another conversation coming up. So I definitely see like, I'm seeing like a new chapter here, IJ. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool, like, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm seeing a new beginning here. Is this woman married or not? Because I'm getting like unfinished, like the conversation is unfinished, so there will be another conversation. Oh shit, I didn't even see this. No, it wasn't magnetic. You adapt easily to like, I want to say like any circumstance. Like you adapt easily to, but it's not, it wasn't magnetic. I have to think. Basically you adapt easily. So it's like, if let's just say you're in a room full of like politicians, you'll adapt easily to have conversations with them. If you're in a room with a bunch of doctors, you can adapt easily to conversations with them. If you're in a room with like, you know, rappers, you adapt easily to that too. The King of Cups, the Eight of Cups. I've been working with lady. Wait, what is it? Oh, being magnetic in every room. Okay, okay. The Queen of Wands. And the Seven of Cups. Yeah, she's thinking about the conversation for sure. And again, I'm getting unfinished business with this conversation that will be coming back in, and I feel like she's gonna initiate it. She's seeing you as someone that's very well emotionally balanced, compassionate, again, a leader. You're very much in control. I feel like she's saying very balanced. What is this Eight of Cups though? The Ace of Swords. Has it been a while since you guys spoke? I feel like she got some sense of clarity from this conversation. Um, she got some sense of clarity from this conversation. But again, she's also viewing you as having a sharp mind. So maybe if you guys haven't talked in a while, I feel like she's comparing and thinking about the conversation you guys had previous to this to compare to now. She's kind of seeing that you've evolved is what I'm getting. She's seeing you, yeah, as if you've evolved. You're more, she's feeling like you're more sharp-minded. You're more secure is what I'm getting. Show me the Seven of Cups. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, she's like very, like, I'm getting, again, there's interest here. Am I gonna say romantic? I'm not getting romantic interest, but it's the fact that there is a strong interest here to have another conversation with you, to speak to you again. So that is what, for me, there's like a new beginning here that can possibly start, happen. But I am getting, yeah, there's like, she's wanting to know more about you. For sure. There's curiosity here, for sure. Because I've been trying to keep things distance and above board due to her relationship with the missus. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like as long as you know, get romantic, I mean, you can have your friends too. Especially if you guys have common things, right? Now, if it's like crossing the line to romance, then hell no. But I don't feel like there's anything wrong with like you conversing with like your peers is what I would say. As long as it stays, you know, like that. So that's what I have for you, IJ. Cause shit, you just never know. Like you just never know what doors could open. Shit, you never know. She could be the fucking, you know, part of the bridge. Not saying that she is, but you know, I'm just saying she could be part of it. Cause like imagine y'all get cool and you just like one day just like kind of open and be like, you know, I really like that doctor. And she'd be like, okay, like I'm gonna hook you up. Okay, Lucky, you'll be added. Thank you. All right, Jess, you can post and thank you, IJ. And you are welcome. Shit, you never know. She could probably get you a job. Like I wouldn't close doors. Now, if somebody is like when guys come in all flirting and stuff like that, first of all, I'm not interested in y'all, so I don't respond. But if it's somebody that I'm cool with and we just like chit chatting, yeah, why not? Who cares? All right, let's see, Jess. What does Jess need to know about her connection with Jay? Yeah, they come in with like, first of all, I don't be giving people the time of day. I get so many people that follow me, y'all, and I don't even be checking to see who they are. And that's probably a bad thing, but I don't care. I don't be checking. All right, let's see what does Jess need to know about her connection with Jay. The Three of Pentacles, the Star, the Queen of Pentacles, you know what I'm getting, that this is being divinely protected. um you're gonna have your wish come true and your wish fulfillment, even if it doesn't look like it right now, because I'm getting like there's a third party energy, and it does feel like more of a spiritual energy that's helping this connection come to fruition. So they're saying they don't want you to lose hope, stay calm. Remember, faith is like, for me, faith is not hope, and it's knowing. So being more assertive, yeah, there's like spirit, I'm gonna say a spiritual fortune here. So there's a spiritual being that's actually protective of this energy. They're also saying using more like, they're wanting you to be more emotionally stable, and there's something about gratitude here. Kind of like, I don't want to say be content with what you're getting, because obviously if it's not the end goal, it's not the end goal, right? Because you're gonna keep doing what you need to do to get it. But they're kind of saying too to also be like, look at how much movement you've already received, and kind of just look at that as progress and not as lack, because you may be looking at it as lack. The Six of Cups is here. Show me more. Ten of Wands. Yeah, I feel, to me, this is a thing, like you and him, it's like showing up as like meant to be. um and I'm seeing a very nostalgic energy, but what I'm getting is like movement in the sense where balance comes in. um there's a solution here to maybe like, what I'm getting is like, all right, things may feel stagnant right now, but there's a reason for it. And I know, I mean, I'm gonna we're doing a tarot reading, so that's how I'm gonna read it. There's a purpose and a reason behind this. You'll know about it when the time is right, is what they're saying. The Ten of Wands is here, and it is talking about, see, like there's, hold on, a need to release whatever burdens you're carrying when it comes to this connection. Show me more. Yeah, look, you need to do things more. There's something, and I know we always say like emotions don't manifest, but something with your emotions keeps showing up. It's showing up again. You need to find emotional balance here, because I feel like, so it's causing some type of burden, emotional burden for you. So for me, the Ace of Cups is a card of abundance. And I'm not saying don't pour all your like, oh, just let go of the emotions you have for him, because that's impossible, right? But maybe you have to like weave off a little bit of the emotional part of it. Because I feel like it may be overflowing too much, that could be causing you anxiety. um like, even you're not supposed to drink a lot, you're not supposed to drink, um water is good, right? So like, how I could put it, water is good for you, but there have been people that have died from having too much water. um It does. Okay. So since you're saying that, I'm trying to think. We'll talk after this. But I would say just find something that, like, you know me, I do like the biofeedback is so there's something that you may have to do in the 3D, even though we say, oh, ignore the 3D, but there may be something, because we do, at the end of the day, we do have a human body that is dealing with the 3D on a day to day. So there may be something in the 3D that you need to do to help you there in that department. And again, the mind is still going to do it, but maybe like you said, it feels like an emotional burden. So there has to be something, you need to find something to help you with that can help you with your emotions, because I feel like it's your emotions. Like, you have good cards out here, girl, so there's nothing bad that's going on. Your emotions are getting in your way, is what I would say. um the Page of Swords. Look, yeah, like he's still watching. Look, you still look, the Wheel of Fortune, there's gonna be change here. Um the Page of Swords too showing up here for me is again like that. You finding new ways of communicating like your emotions is what I'm gonna say. Like finding new ways to like process them and like also let them go. The Wheel of Fortune is here, so there is going to be change in that. There is going to be like a turning point. Maybe comes with a little ups and downs, but for me it almost feels like it's inevitable that this is going to happen, right? But maybe for now, as things are unfolding for you, just needing to do, yeah, like changing your perspective on how you're doing things. So it's not a bad thing. Like I told you, I know we always say like ignore the 3D, but I've learned, like, at least for me, I have to do certain things to keep level headed, because if not, I'll go crazy. To be honest, like once the emotions start hitting, like maybe not in my mind, but that feeling of emotional like drainage is exhausting. And I feel like with the Hangman, you may need to take like just a pause, like a little bit, and just gain new perspective, like view things differently, possibly than before. So if you're not a person that does like little things in a 3D to help with manifesting, then maybe change is going to help you, is what I'm getting here. Show me more. The Eight of Swords. Look, the Four Wands. That's it. I don't know why that card felt so thick. The Three of Cups with the Emperor. Girl, he's going to make the move towards you. You're overthinking. You're overthinking, but I feel like what's causing your overthinking is the emotional burden. So I feel like, again, I know it's a repetitive message, just kind of figure out something that you can do and go from there. I mean, I can help you figure that out off of here. Because you are going to move into calmer waters. You are going to move into calmer waters. It's just, I do feel like there's you're restricting yourself. Your cause is like there's something that you're doing that's causing like self-imposed restriction. Um and it's so little, Jess. I promise you, because if it was strong, I would tell you. It's so light that you'll be surprised how quickly you could turn this around, where you'll start to feel more emotionally like set. Um, it's so small, and you are, like I said, you are gonna move away from it and move into calmer waters. Um, but this is all about solutions. So we have to find your solution, is what I'm getting. We have to find your solution so that way you could feel better, because that emotional burden starts kicking in, bro. Like it eventually starts to bleed into your thoughts. And as much as we try not to, it's just something that happens. Um, so that's what I have for you, Jess. Manifestations, y'all just sent me everything late. So um, but you guys should have it today. I'm gonna do it after like I have dinner. But he's the one that's gonna make that move. You don't have to do anything in order for him to make a move. Like you could literally post farts on your I mean, you don't want to do that because obviously you don't want him to be like, this girl is weird. But you can do whatever you want right now, and it's not changing the destiny. Like he's going to make the move. All right, so Lucky, let me know if you're here. And thank you, Jess. You guys hear me? All right, because a call came through again. What the F? All right, let's see for Lucky. Oh, wrong, 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 wrong. What is N telling other people about Lucky? Let's see. All right, we got the Two of Cups. Okay. What is N? What are you telling? The King of Wands. You know, right away I get like, because the King of Wands for me, he's a visionary, right? So he can see things clearly, and I feel like he's could be telling them that he sees you as the one. Yeah, look, you have the Chariot with the Ten of Cups. So I feel like if he is telling people anything, he could, whoever he's talking to, he is telling them that you he thinks and feels like you're the one. He feels like you guys could actually like progress into like a good direction here. Also, he's talking about movement and progress, like wanting more progress here, wanting more movement here. But again, he's actually acknowledging that if there is movement and there's progress, you guys could possibly have like this kind of like divine love, a harmonious relationship, you know, a blissful relationship, something that's more in alignment. I do feel like he's mentioned that you bring him a sense of inner happiness. You show up as like a dream come true partner is what I'm getting from him. Show me more. Sleepy girl, I've been so tired too, and I'm like, is anybody else feeling like this, like me? Like I'm so sleepy. What the heck? I want to break out of that. The Page of Swords. Girl, I don't care how he's acting. This man is talking, because I got the Page of Swords here with the Three of Pentacles and the Star. Like he's for sure hopeful that you guys will reconcile, or at least like that something will happen here. You have to go out and then come back in. Let me double check my sound. Okay. Um, Yo, I was gonna say today was like so how's the weather over there for you guys? Up here is like a little chilly. And I was like, this is like that weather where I like to take naps. Um, So yeah, I feel like he's viewing you like if he's definitely keeping his eyes on you even if he's not saying anything. I feel like with the Three of Pentacles, again, he's telling people that there is something deeper here. There's something deeper here where he feels like you could possibly be a wish fulfillment for him. Like you are the total package. And again, the Queen of Pentacles is here. That's the wifey card. The queen is very nurturing, very loving. She's, you know, she could be a working parent, but she's also like, I feel like she's also good with finances, right? So not a person that, and this is like random, like a side message, like I don't know if in the past like he gave money to like people he dated and maybe they just kind of like didn't wasted his money. He feels like he wasted his money with you. He feels like if I feel like if he were to give you money, like you'll make something out of it. um well, girl, long-term commitment here again. The Four of Swords, the High Priestess, the Moon, and the freaking Ten of Swords. So I feel like this is more about how he's feeling. With the Hierophant, I do feel like he sees this as long-term potential. He's again showing up as someone that's traditional. So he is someone that I feel like at some point he wants to get married. At some point he wants that like traditional type of relationship where it's like, you know, two-parent household, kids, you know, where we're married. I'm the provider, but if she wants to do her thing and work too out. um I'm also getting, I feel like this card here with this Four of Swords, I feel like he's not sharing much. So whoever he's sharing to me feels very close to him, and he's not opening up all the way. um he's working on trusting is what I'm getting. He's working on trusting. And with the High Priestess here, I feel like he's trying to like listen to his intuition. He's trying to make sure that he doesn't miss any steps, but at the same time just wanting to make sure that he's listening to his intuition, that he's following his heart when it comes to decision making. However, I am getting the Ten of Swords with the Moon. He doesn't know if things are completely over. Like he doesn't know if things for now are over for good or if this is just temporary. So I feel like there's still a little here that's showing up, and I feel like a lot of what he's doing, the work right now, what I feel like what he's doing is like tapping more into like his subconscious mind. So just trying to process things in his mind is what I'm getting. So that's what I have for you, love bug. He could be dreaming with you too, by the way. I feel like he could be dreaming with you. And thank you, Lucky. I hope that gives you some clarity. You're welcome. All right, IJ, you can go ahead and post. Um, Okay, got you, IJ. What does IJ need to know about his connection with Nat? Spirit, what does IJ need to know about his connection with Nat? That's too many cards. What does IJ need to know about his connection? The Seven of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups. The Queen of Swords. The Four Cups. All right, so right away, I don't know if you're doing this, IJ. Only you can let me know. But I feel like they're saying stop strategizing. There specifically, as soon as the Seven of Pentacles came out, I've got stop strategizing. Show me this Four Cups. Because it's actually whatever you're, so there could be something that you're doing. So they're saying stop strategizing because it's actually causing disconnect here. I don't know, if it almost feels like starting over. So show me this Four Cups. Four Cups. Yeah, look, strategizing again. And it's the Emperor. It's you. Because the Three of Pentacles is here. So this is like they're literally they're strategizing. They're trying to figure something out, right? They're collaborating, trying to figure something out. And so they're saying you could be, you're right now, it almost feels like you're in this place of like strategizing and not having a plan. You know, when you're trying to strategize something, you don't have a plan yet. So there's something that you're doing that's coming off as strategy when you need to be more focused and more disciplined in your plan. Show me more. Being more structured. So it could be too where you're doing too much of something or too many things for one thing, for one outcome, and it's actually causing a little of like disconnect here. Follow your heart. The Knight of Cups is here, so there's a need to like follow your heart. Be more in a, I want to say, because the imagination is here. So I feel like needing to be more in a emotionally balanced type of energy where it feels like more romantic. There's something about romance here. So I don't know if it's like listening to love songs that are like, you know, that are talking about like romance. Needing to like, I want to say like indulge in that a little more. Yeah, the Chariot is here. Look, you got good cards. You got cards of progress. And again, there just needs to be a set direction. I think that you were the there's too many directions here, and it's becoming a little confusing is what they're saying. Like, you have to have one set direction and just go with it. Don't question it. Remember, what you assume is working for you is what's going to work for you. But it does feel that you are doing way too much of too many things, and there's no strategy here. So again, you're strategizing, but you haven't sat in the, all right, this is the plan, this is what we're doing. You're still in the, it almost feels like you're still, like, you're kind of starting yourself over. And I'm not saying that you're doing this, but what I can give you an example is when people jump from like one thing to the next, and thinking that it's going to get them faster movement, and then you're just kind of telling your subconscious mind that whatever you just did not work. So it's like, not saying that you're going to start fully over, because whatever you've already put in there is going to be there, but it is kind of starting fresh. And you're kind of, there's a need to, like, I want to say, like, there, if you just set a certain direction, it's going to bring you even more results. Because I'm getting like there's going to be a sense of improvement here with this Five of Pentacles. Yeah, and I just said that, like, listen to romantic things, just be like, I just threw that out there. It doesn't mean that you have to, but there's something that you have to do to keep yourself also, like, more emotionally invested, but in more of a romantic way, not like having your emotions fully tied to this outcome. Like, there needs to be more, again, more direction here, more being more clear-minded. Having direct communication with your subconscious mind is what I'm getting also with that Queen of Swords. Yeah, like setting clear boundaries with yourself is what I'm getting. The Eight of Cups is here. Yeah, you see, I just feel like once you find that direction and you just stick to it, you have to stick to the whatever it is that you, I always tell people, like, when I coach people, I tell them, like, don't script if you don't like writing. Like, if you don't like writing, I mean, if you feel like writing signs here and there, good, but don't make that your main source. You should have two main sources, is what I say. For me, it's always going to be affirming. And whether it's focus affirming, robotic, or like active affirming. But that's just my thing. And I feel like, you don't want to be just doing, because whatever works for Jess may not work for me. Whatever works for you may not work for Jess, So everybody is different, but you just got to stick to one, maybe two things. If you want to do a third thing, then cool, but I would just try to stick to, because again, I just feel like scientifically our bodies process more when we're in routine, when something is more consistent. So there's a need to be more consistent here with what you're putting into this, and leave behind maybe even like the constant need for looking, for trying to find another way. The Devil is here. Um, Hold on. Okay. Yeah, they're saying like there's a lot of chemistry here. So I feel like you need to be more, I want to say assertive with that, because the King of Swords is here. And I'm not been using that word, but again, there's a need to be more disciplined, IJ, is what I'm getting. Because I feel like your main theme here is like having mental clarity, having a set direction, and being disciplined in what you're doing. So being consistent, persisting in a way that you're consistent with it. And I know we all fall off track, because I have, but there could be, again, there's attachment here, there's a lot of chemistry here, there's also like sexual chemistry here. So it's there, like you have what your wish is there. It just feels like the process, you're making it a little harder than it needs to be on yourself. And I know that we're used to being like programmed to like work hard for things, but maybe that's something you have to like let go of. You don't have to work hard for nothing. There is a cycle that's going to change here. There's going to be transformation. Yeah, because I have the Death card. So I feel like if you just be more disciplined, work on like having a set direction, stay consistent in it, and continue to do what you need to do, you'll move into calmer waters. So I was saying how I'm looking at it from here, and again, I'm gonna send y'all readings later. Don't focus too much on that. Don't focus too much on, like I would say, and I'm only bringing this up because I know you brought it up, like you've asked before, like how her friends or family see you. I feel like right now the only thing and person you need to put her, and this could be where there's a lot of like a little too much going on, and your subconscious mind doesn't know what's a priority and what's not. So it's like it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. You just got to focus on your manifestation, what the end goal with her. Everything else will work in your favor, and that's what you just have to tell yourself. That's why I sent y'all those blanket affirmations, because they're more, the blanket affirmations are for, it's generalized. So if everyone loves you, that means everybody loves you, not just her, just everybody. And in your personal life and like your job and like career, like if you were to like have a certain following, like, so I would definitely say like focus more on her, because there's too much going in your subconscious mind that it doesn't know what's a priority. So it does feel like needing to release things that don't really matter for now. Right, and right, anything attached to her. So like, no, of course, everything else, like all your other manifestations, keep working on them. But what I'm saying is like when it comes to her, like all you have to focus on is your end goal. That's it. You don't have to focus on what's gonna happen in between, because that's just gonna naturally happen. Yeah, you have to just make room, because it feels like there's too much clutter. Um, And you know what's crazy? Because earlier I felt like I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if it was, I think this was just in general, but I was gonna say it was like in between readings that I got this message download from Spirit where it was saying like, if your home is cluttered, you're gonna feel cluttered. If your mind is cluttered, you're gonna feel cluttered. You're gonna get cluttered, like literally, like deaths will come in, and when I mean clutter, it means all over the fucking place. So that may have been for you, IJ, but yeah, just needing to like, and not starting over, but just kind of just refreshing, like press the refresh button, and this is not important, this is the priority. Because again, your subconscious mind, if it sees it as like you're not prioritizing something, that's why I tell people all the time, like keep affirming, because if you don't prioritize your routine, or like, I don't like to call it a routine, but if you don't prioritize what you're doing, trust and believe you're not going to get the results you want, or they'll come in but they're going to be shaky. Like even with business, if I don't prioritize certain things, I don't get results from it, and then I'm like, shit, I forgot to do this promo, now it's been a week and I forgot to post it with my hair clients. So yeah, you just need to like figure out what's a priority, and like focus on the priority, not on everything else, because like I said, that's what the blanket affirmations are for. So that is for you, IJ. Just said you're gonna write some letters later. Yeah, I'm gonna write some too, just because it's the beginning of the month, and I like to do them like just to like release any little residue of anything, you know. So yeah, well, that is it for now. I'm gonna come back on later. I gotta eat. I'm hungry. My stomach just growled. I'll be back on later. For later will probably be a short live though. So I will see you guys. Thank you so much. Oh, and you know what? I am going to schedule some saturation sessions for tomorrow. I forgot today's Thursday. You see? I was supposed to do that this morning. So I'm going to schedule them um, around some stuff that I have scheduled tomorrow. But, if you guys can make it, make it. I'm going to do, I'm going to schedule 3. I'm going to schedule 3. So I will see you guys.